At number 10, Trace Cyrus. Brother of Miley and Noah Cyrus, Trace was a vocalist and played guitar for the band Metro Station from 2006 until 2010. Cyrus is covered in tons of tattoos all over his torso, but back in August, he was showing off more than just his ink. The musician took to Twitter to reveal quite the dramatic before and after photos of his body. He captioned the photo, "The picture on the left is what I looked like at the end of last year. I was mentally destroyed and it really affected my physical health. The pic on the right is me now." He also wrote, "Your mindset is everything. It can be your greatest asset or your worst enemy. F motivation, stay dedicated." Cyrus is looking great in his transformation shot, not only thinner, but he def looks healthier. His tweet was met with several tweets of congratulations from fans, with one writing, "Great job on staying focused and getting back to where you wanted." Cyrus announced his plans to help his depression with a healthier lifestyle at the beginning of the year in an Instagram post explaining his absences throughout 2021. He explained that mentally he was just drained and his mental health got the best of him. "It can be tough to stay on top of things with mental illness, so props to Trace for working on himself." At number 9, Kim Kardashian. The reality star has always been thin, but in 2022 Kardashian slimmed down even more. Kim has always been known for her curves, but she seems to be trying to tone things down. Starting in October 2021, fans first really noticed her looking slimmer on SNL sporting a pink jumpsuit. In April, Kim Kardashian appeared on the red carpet for the premiere of their new series, The Kardashians, looking absolutely snatched at the waist. Fans really began to become concerned when Kim decided to wear Marilyn Monroe's dress from her iconic Happy Birthday performance. The problem with the dress was Kim just didn't quite fit, so she revealed she needed to lose 16 pounds in 3 weeks. Kardashian revealed that in order to squeeze into the gown, she had to go on an extreme diet that required her to eliminate many foods from her diet. Kim said, "It was such a challenge. It was like a movie role. I was determined to fit. I haven't had carbs or sugar in about 3 weeks." Fans were shocked, slamming Kim's diet, labeling it unhealthy. Kim has continued to show off her new slimmer figure, with people even thinking she's had some of her butt implants taken out from its crazy big size a few years ago. Kim seems to be finding her own style after Kanye, and I hope she's staying healthy since the Met Gala prep. At number 8 is Lonnie Love. This year, the comedian and TV host showed us the result of what happens when you make healthy lifestyle changes. Along with her sharing her transformation, she's leaving fans with an inspiring message to help encourage them to make their own. In September, Love took to Instagram to share a before and after photo of herself, and she is glowing in the after. In just 4 months, she's down almost 40 pounds. Love captioned her photo, "To date, I'm down 37 pounds. The top was filmed in April and the bottom was August." Then she added, "Take your time, make little changes, you can hit your goals." Famous friends of the star, including Sherri Shepherd, AJ Johnson, Amber Riley, and Yvette Nicole Brown, were there cheering her on in the comments. It's nice to see the small changes along the way because it makes the transformation seem way more attainable. Love seems to be just at the beginning of her journey, mentioning that she has a long way to go, but it seems she'll be taking us along with her. Love is the host of the 1-hour docuseries Mentoring Queens, which puts the spotlight on Black women mentors. With the new year being here, maybe Love will be the motivation you need to make some small changes in 2023. At number 7, Rebel Wilson. The Australian actress has been in comedies since the early 2000s, but her career really took off a decade later in movies like What to Expect When You're Expecting, Struck by Lightning, and of course, Pitch Perfect. She's always been a huge health and body positivity advocate and has frequently opened up about her health journey. But the reason Rebel Wilson looks so drastically different in 2022 is that she's actually been working on her health and fitness since late 2019, and she's been seeing massive results. In a candid interview with the BBC, she talked about the differences in how she's being treated now. Quote, "Sometimes being bigger, people didn't necessarily look twice at you. Now that I'm in good shape, people offer to carry my groceries to the car and hold doors open for you. And you think, is this what other people experience all the time?" So even though Rebel seems to be a lot happier now, she's also pointed out something that's really worth discussing. Her health journey has been a very public one, so it's great that the actress has decided not to hold back when talking about all the challenges that she's faced throughout. And she's certainly become an inspiration for others to make positive changes in their health. At number 6, Adele. Ever since her music blew up in the early 2010s, the powerhouse singer has released hit after hit. Her albums 21, 25, and 30 became instant successes, with all 3 topping number 1 on nearly every worldwide music chart. But fans were really shocked in 2020 when Adele made a post on social media that showed her completely transformed look. She joked about the change in her opening monologue for SNL, saying, "I know I look really different since you last saw me, but actually because of all the COVID restrictions, I had to travel light and I could only bring half half of me, and this is the half I chose. The 34-year-old looks extremely happy these days, and she's recently opened up about the healthy lifestyle change that she made that helped her lose 100 pounds in 2 years. But she knows that plenty of negative comments have surfaced about her new look, and she told British Vogue, "My body's been objectified my entire career. It's not just now. I understand why it's a shock. I understand why some women especially were hurt. Visually, I represented a lot of women, but I'm still the same person." So it's great to see that Adele is very much herself, just with a newfound confidence. At number 5, Julia Fox. The actress and model has come under fire recently as some have noticed and criticized her rapid weight loss over the last few months. In response, Julia got candid about her health journey and explained the cause of her losing weight after having a child and dating Kanye. Apparently, dating the rapper had a huge impact on her when it came to her physical well-being. She spoke to the New York Times in March following her split from Kanye and said, "I tried my best to make the relationship work. I already had a jam-packed life. How do I fit this really big personality into this already full life? It just wasn't sustainable. I lost like 15 pounds in that month." If you don't know, Kanye and Julia made headlines during their February romance as they first drew worldwide attention for their coordinated looks for Paris Fashion Week, which was usually double denim. While their relationship did seem like a huge publicity stunt, and some say it was an attempt on Kanye's part to make Kim Kardashian jealous, Julia was at least very honest about what it was and what it wasn't. She spoke out even more about her rapid weight loss in a November TikTok video explaining that it was completely unintentional. She acknowledged the fact that she used to be known for her curves before giving birth to her son in early 2021, but insisted that chasing a toddler around is what contributed to her thinner frame. At number 4, Bella Hadid. The model once again found herself on the receiving end of some criticism from those who believe that she simply looks far too thin. The negative comments came flooding in shortly after Love magazine posted a video on Instagram of Bella wearing a variety of revealing one-piece bathing suits that show off her frame and prominent hip bones. In the clip, the 26-year-old model spoke about body image, saying, "Growing up, I definitely was not the most confident person. I kind of was always searching, so I guess when I felt the most beautiful was very recently in the past 2 years when my health was at its best." But the internet was way too quick to disagree with her, with one user even commenting that she was talking about self-acceptance as she's withering away to bones and going to blame the modeling industry, calling it barbaric and disgusting with its beauty standards. Another user wrote that the video represented an extremely unhealthy message to impressionable young girls and basically blames Bella for looking the way she did in that swimsuit. After the backlash, the model later posted a photo on Instagram with a caption to slam those who made assumptions about her weight and health, saying that all body types are different and react differently to a great workout routine and healthy diet. At number 3, Mindy Kaling. In April of 2022, the actress opened up about slimming down and why she waited to do it after welcoming her second child. She told Entertainment Tonight, "I had my son in the first year of the pandemic in September 2020. It was almost this extended maternity leave. I wasn't going to be on camera, the studios were shut down. After I had my daughter, I had to shoot a movie like 2 months later, so I was very much like, just give me grilled salmon and sauteed spinach. I'm going to eat that for 3 months." But when Hollywood started opening up more in 2021, Mindy started thinking about putting in more consideration for what she's eating and focusing on slimming down. She then posted a photo of herself on Instagram looking noticeably slimmer in March 2022. She opened up to fans about how she lost the weight even though she didn't reveal exactly how many pounds she dropped. Mindy said, "Honestly, I didn't really do anything differently. I eat what I like to eat. If I do any kind of restrictive diet, it never really works for me. I just eat less of it. I wish there was something more juicy or dynamic about the way that I've lost a little bit of weight, but that's the way I've done it." Overall, her weight loss was quite a big one, and it certainly left fans divided over whether or not she should be sharing tips for how she did it. Although there's no doubt she seems happy with the results. At number 2, Khloe Kardashian. After separating from her husband Lamar Odom in 2014, Khloe Kardashian famously embarked on her revenge body journey that saw her drop to her smallest size in years and lost almost 20 kilograms. She attributes it to a low-carb diet that focused on protein and reducing calorie count. She reportedly eats just a spoon of jam and peanut butter for breakfast to give her enough energy to help her work out for several hours a day to help with maintaining her physique. She also doesn't have any carbs after 3 p.m. and allows herself just one cheat meal a week. While the reality star has been getting tons of love for her new slimmed down look, the tabloids report her strict diet isn't very healthy. While pregnant with her daughter True last year, the celeb continued her intense workouts. Khloe reportedly jumped right back onto her original intense workout and diet routine right after giving birth. Only a few months later, she reportedly shed all of the weight she put on during pregnancy. Now her diet doesn't seem too bizarre, but the Wakanda concept of her show Revenge Body was trying to make your ex jealous by losing weight, so it's counterintuitive. Some fans felt that the show was problematic because of the way it framed these body transformations as something you should do for others as opposed to yourself. And at number 1, David Harbour. The actor gained weight for his role in 2021's Black Widow, admitting that he got up to 280 pounds and he was happy with it. He then dropped about 75 pounds for his role on season 4 of Stranger Things, where his character Jim Hopper was being held captive at a labor camp. He then took to Instagram in July to show off the incredible before and after photos of his body transformation. Harbour explained that he worked with a physical trainer for 8 months to make the transformation and then another year to keep it through the pandemic. He said, all told, it was a difficult and exciting ride, changing diet and exercise plans. All told, I lost over 75 pounds, 265 to 270 in season 3 and all the way down to 190 when we shot. Although, according to Harbour, he recently ballooned up again to play Santa Claus for his new movie, Violent Night. He went on to say, so I'm struggling to fight back down towards a good weight for wherever Hopper ends up in season 5. All this up and down is not good for the body and I'll have to give it up soon, but it is such a fun part of the job to live in a different version of your skin for a while. So the actor made it clear just how difficult it can be to have to lose weight for certain roles just to gain it all back again when you're playing a different character. It wouldn't be easy for anyone, but it's quite obvious just how much work he puts into losing weight for Stranger Things.
Number 10, Jonah Hill. The 21 Jump Street actor decided to slim down and shocked fans when he appeared noticeably thinner in July of 2016. The 39-year-old comedy star's weight loss journey began in 2011 when he dropped 40 pounds thanks to a personal trainer. But Jonah managed to slim down even more in October of 2017, and ever since then he's been able to keep the weight off and he has turned to jiu-jitsu to stay in shape. He did take a little break when he gained weight for his 2015 role in War Dogs. Then to lose that weight again, he enlisted the help of a nutritionist and a trainer, and he even got advice from some trim and tone friends, including his co-star Channing Tatum. In the end, Jonah said that he saw the most results when he corrected his unhealthy diet. He explained that he went to see a nutritionist and they told him exactly what to eat to change his habits. The actor's also been extremely open about his insecurities following his rise to fame in the movie Superbad. He said, I spent most of my young adult life listening to people say I was fat, gross and unattractive, and it's only in the last 4 years writing and directing that I've started to understand how much that hurt and got into my head. Number 9, Jessica Simpson. The 42-year-old singer has gone through a massive transformation over the years, but particularly after giving birth to her daughter Birdie in May of 2019. Jessica revealed on Instagram that she lost 100 pounds in just 6 months after she and her husband Eric Johnson welcomed their 3rd child. She shared that she was so proud to feel like herself again and credits her longtime trainer for helping her shed the pounds in such a short amount of time. Although she looks drastically slimmer now, Jessica has been open about past struggles with her weight, which eventually led her to get some major plastic surgery disasters. In her 2020 memoir Open Book, she revealed that she had 2 tummy tucks in 2015, and the second one was riddled with complications. Quote, I got an infection, colitis, and I was vomiting so much I thought I was going to bust my sutures. She had to spend 9 days in hospital and narrowly avoided needing a blood transplant. It was sad because all she wanted to do was get rid of stretch marks and loose skin that was left from her 2 back-to-back pregnancies. Looking back on the surgery, she claims that she did it because she wasn't strong enough to handle her insecurities and feels much more proud of her body now. Number 8, Chris Pratt. After his role in Parks and Recreation, the actor's career was at an all-time high. He garnered praise for his performance and was nominated at awards ceremonies, but he did gain a lot of weight before making it big in the industry. In Parks and Rec, he gained 300 pounds to be exact, and as a result he lost roles in several projects. Chris also felt that he was fatigued and emotionally depressed. That's when he decided to make a change and head to the gym. In 2014, the 43-year-old actor transformed his dad bod into a six-pack and posted a shirtless photo on Instagram. Eventually he succeeded in losing more than 60 pounds in 6 months, and it was all for Guardians of the Galaxy. He told Men's Health that he did so by running 5 or 6 times a day, eating leafy green salads and protein shakes, and cutting out alcohol altogether. Since then, he's been hitting the gym consistently for every movie role. For The Tomorrow War, Chris lost nearly 16 pounds. And besides his grueling workout sessions, he revamped his entire diet, adding in lots of water and consuming 4,000 calories a day. The actor documented his weight loss journey on Instagram, posting pictures of himself at various stages of the process. But overall, he seems to have found a really healthy healthy balance in life, and he believes that transforming the body is all about the little choices that you make every day. Number 7. Mindy Kaling. In March of 2022, the actress debuted her massive weight loss transformation, and fans were shocked. She opened up about slimming down and why she waited to do it after welcoming her second child. She told Entertainment Tonight that when she had her son during the pandemic, everything was closed. But when her daughter was born, she had to shoot a movie only 2 months later. So she was very adamant about getting on a diet as quickly as possible and getting her weight down. This was around the time that Hollywood started opening up more in 2021. Mindy then posted a photo of herself on Instagram looking noticeably slimmer. She also opened up to her fans about how she lost the weight, even though she didn't reveal exactly how many pounds she dropped. Mindy said, "Honestly, I didn't really do anything differently. I like to eat what I like to eat. If I do any kind of restrictive diet, it never really works for me. I just eat less of it. I wish there was something more juicy or dynamic about the way that I lost a little bit of weight, but that's the way I've done it." Overall, her weight loss was quite a big one, and there's no doubt that she seems happy with the results. Number 6. Snooki. The iconic star of Jersey Shore shocked fans back in 2013 when she appeared even smaller than she already was. Snooki had lost 50 pounds by July of 2013, just 11 months after giving birth to her son Lorenzo. At the time, the 35-year-old revealed that she got serious about losing the baby weight and turned to consistent physical activity with a personal trainer. She said, "I work out in the gym 7 days a week. I go with my trainer 5 days a week. I have a treadmill downstairs or I do crunches. I try to do something at least once a day." So she was clearly determined to get in shape after her wild partying ways. But what's really interesting is that Snooki credits her weight loss success to Dr. Siegel's cookie diet. She once said, quote, "I eat 6 cookies a day and I have like chicken or fish for dinner, something healthy." The diet features a variety of cookie flavors like oatmeal raisin, chocolate chips, blueberry, banana, and coconut. But how do you lose weight by eating cookies? Well, it's not really recommended by most dietitians because it actually limits your caloric intake to 800 to 1,200 calories a day. And since you're eating the same food most of the time, you're also missing vital nutrients. Number 5. Rebel Wilson. The Australian actress has been in comedy since the early 2000s, but her career really took off a decade later in movies like What to Expect When You're Expecting, Struck by Lightning, and of course Pitch Perfect. She's always been a huge health and body advocate, but she's frequently opened up about her health journey. The reason Rebel looks so drastically different in 2022 is that she's actually been working on her health and fitness since late 2019, and she's seen massive results. In a candid interview with the BBC, she talked about the differences in how she was being treated now versus then. Quote, "Sometimes being bigger, people didn't necessarily look twice at you. Now that I'm in good shape, people offer to carry my groceries to the car and hold doors open for you. And you think, is this what other people experience all the time?" So even though Rebel seems to be a lot happier now, she's also pointed out something that's really worth discussing. Her health journey has been a very public one. So it's great that the actress has decided not to hold back when she's talking about all the challenges that she's faced throughout. And she's certainly become an inspiration for others to make a positive change to their health. Number 4. Anthony Anderson. The 52-year-old actor took his weight loss journey to the next level in 2021 when he joined several famous actors and comedians like Will Smith and Chris Spencer for the Big Willie Challenge, also known as the Dad Bod Challenge. The men showed off their bodies post-quarantine before they embarked on a 12-week fitness journey. Anthony posted a shirtless photo on Instagram with the caption, "12 weeks, no trainers, all on our own. Challenge accepted." The legendary actor also captured a screenshot of his own weight on the scale, which showed that he weighed 223 pounds. During an appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, he provided a brief update on his progress and said that in less than 3 weeks he had already lost 8 pounds. Anthony then made another post on Instagram showing off his full transformation. He captioned the post saying, "So after being away from the gym for 5 days, this is how I return. An hour and a half boxing with my boxing coach Phil Polina." Anthony also decided to bend the challenge rules by adding a personal trainer to his fitness regimen, but it must have been worth it because he looked fantastic. Number 3. Ricky Gervais. The 61-year-old comedian had a total body transformation back in 2011, where he lost around 10 kilos at the time without having to make any major changes to his diet. Instead, he claimed that he slimmed down by exercising daily. Ricky said that he started off every day by going on a run and finishing off his fitness routine with 20 minutes of weight training, and by keeping this up, he was able to indulge in all his favorite treats. In the years since his big transformation, his weight has certainly fluctuated, but he's spoken candidly about how hard it is to stay slim. Ricky went on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and when he was told that he looks well, he said, "I'm getting fat again." He then explained why he was struggling to keep the weight off. Quote, "I didn't want to give up any food or drink, so I worked out. But now because I'm old and weak, I can't work out enough to burn off the calories I take in at night." So basically, what worked for him back in 2011 is not going to work for him now, given that his age is getting in the way, although he certainly seems to be looking healthy. Number 2, David Harbour. The actor gained weight for his role in 2021's Black Widow, admitting that he got up to 280 pounds and he was happy with it. He then dropped about 75 pounds for his role on season 4 of Stranger Things, where his character Jim Hopper was being held captive at a labor camp. He then took to Instagram in July to show off the incredible before and after photos of his body transformation. Harbour explained that he worked with a physical trainer for 8 months to make the transformation, and then another year to keep it through the pandemic. He said, all told, it was a difficult and exciting ride, changing diet and exercise plans. I lost over 75 pounds. He said that he was 265 to 270 in season 3, and then he got all the way down to 190 when he was shooting. Although the actor recently ballooned up again to play Santa Claus in his new movie Violent Night. He then went on to say, I'm struggling to fight back down towards a good weight for whenever Hopper ends up in season 5. All this up and down is not good for the body, and I'll have to give it up soon, but it's such a fun part of the job to live in a different version of your skin for a while. So if anything, he made it clear just how difficult it can be to lose weight for a certain role, just to gain it all back again when you have to play a different character. It wouldn't be easy for anyone, but it's quite obvious just how much work he put into losing weight for Stranger Things. And coming in at number 1, Adele. Fans were really shocked in 2020 when the singer made a post on social media that showed her completely transformed look. Adele first turned heads at Drake's birthday party in October by sharing a photo of herself at the event, with the caption, I used to cry but now I sweat. Then for her 32nd birthday in May of 2020, she posted a way more dramatic photo to thank her fans for all the love and well wishes, as well as the first responders and essential workers for keeping us safe. Now that the secret was out, Adele joked about her transformation in her opening monologue for SNL. She said, I know I look really different since you last saw me, but actually because of all the restrictions, I had to travel light and I could only bring half of me. This is the half I chose. The 34-year-old looks extremely happy these days, and she's recently opened up about the healthy lifestyle changes that she made that helped her lose 100 pounds in 2 years. She told British Vogue, my body has been objectified my entire career. It's not just now. I understand why it's a shock. I understand why some women especially were hurt. Visually, I represented a lot of women, but I'm still the same person.
Number 10. We all know him as being the man who makes insane changes to his diet and body in order to fit a specific role. He truly takes method acting to a whole other level by even taking on a diet of who he's portraying. The extreme changes he makes to his stature go unmatched, but has he occasionally gone too far? In the 2004 psychological thriller, The Machinist, many thought yes. This is said to be his most extreme dedication to a role, shedding 55 pounds from his everyday figure in only 4 months, taking on what is called the black coffee fast, which consisted of black coffee, a single apple, and a tin of tuna every day, bringing his daily calorie intake to just 200. After getting down to just 119 pounds in record time, Bale is reported saying it wasn't enough. He wanted to take it down to an insane 100 final weight before being stopped by producers for health reasons. Thankfully, these days are said to be over for the star, who said in 2019, I've become a little bit boring now because I'm older and I feel like if I keep doing what I'm doing in the past, I'm gonna die. So I'd prefer not to. Number 9. Natalie Portman. Professionally acting since the age of 12 and winning an Oscar before the age of 30, she has been known to use personal techniques to really step into a role of complex characters. But no one can forget the transformation Portman made in 2010, Black Swan. Having to lose 20 pounds from her already very small frame of just 118 just to get the part definitely took a toll on the star. Robert Brace, a former Metropolitan Opera dancer, seems to think that this was crucial, saying her body looked accurate. There are certain things that a dancer would notice, but she hasn't been training for 4 years. But she had a rush job to get done and she looks like a dancer. When asked about her weight, Portman said, I think it's just the physicality of it all that was just the most extreme. I have never gotten that much training, so to be doing 5 to 8 hours a day was a challenge. After shooting, fans didn't need to worry anymore, as Portman wasn't going back to her extreme diet, saying she worried if reshoots had to be done, she wouldn't be able to fit into her costumes. Number 8. We have Khloe Kardashian. The star has been receiving some backlash in the new year regarding her constantly changing appearance. Fans believing she's losing too much weight too quickly, matched with her ever-changing hairstyles and wardrobe, and confirming to dropping around 60 pounds. She looks like a whole new person. When fans sparked concerns, Khloe says that it's due to her low-carb, high-exercise meal plan that her nutritionist put her on. A few fans have been shocked with her recent photos on the star's Instagram, which shows the Kardashians sporting bangs and a gold miniskirt, topped with a cropped Prada tank, showing off her shockingly skinny figure. While many do believe she looks amazing, and other celebs commenting on her figure approvingly, many are worried she's heading down a bad path. One fan commented, "I really hope she's okay inside of there. I have no clue who this is, and that is so scary." With others asking, "Where are you, Khloe?" as she looks completely different. With a few speculating this drastic drop in weight could be a result of her complicated relationship with Tristan Thompson. She wouldn't be the first to lose weight over a very complicated situation, but it leaves fans wondering if she's getting enough support. While some fans are left worried, others come to the star's defense, commenting on the photos saying, "Please leave Khloe alone. Why is it that we're body shamed if we're full figured and you're body shamed if you're thin? Just stop." Khloe Kardashian is a queen. Not only fans are noticing the remarkably shocking new Khloe, but her family as well. With their show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim confronts Khloe, saying, "I will say that Kendall and Kylie, not that I'm trying to out them, but they did text me to say they're really concerned for you, because you're really skinny." To which Khloe responded by mouthing the word, "What?" At the end of the day, Khloe said, when asked about her weight, "Once you get to your goal, it's okay to maintain. And maintaining doesn't mean depriving yourself of the greatness of life." Number 7. Matthew McConaughey. For the same film as Jared Leto, McConaughey had to undergo a tough physical transformation for his role in the Dallas Buyers Club. Unlike Leto, who decided fasting was the way to go, he stuck to a very strict diet twice a day of 5 ounces of fish, cup of vegetables, paired with an intense exercise, burning 1,800 calories a day. He was able to lose 50 pounds. This brought him down to 143 pounds. For someone 6 feet tall, this had a massive impact on his physical appearance. When asked about his extreme weight loss journey for the role, he says, "I did not torture myself, but I was militant. The hardest part was making a choice." Like many stars who had to undergo extreme changes to their body for a role, he had planned his meal of a burger the moment filming ended. Number 6. We've all heard the crazy diet name, but have you ever heard of the starvation diet? Well, Chris Hemsworth did just that for his 2015 film, The Heart of the Sea. Playing the role of a crew member who had been stranded at sea for 90 days, he scared fans with his new bony frame. Showing his new body to Twitter, he wrote, "I tried a new training diet called Lost at Sea. Wouldn't recommend it." Taking in only about 500 calories a day for about 5 weeks left fans shocked at the photos, many commenting how frail he looked. Others could only respond by saying, "What happened?" Hemsworth told Entertainment Tonight at the time, "I spend more time thinking about food than anything else at the moment." Number 5. Tom Hanks. Playing the role as a castaway in the 2000s film Castaway, Hanks had to look as though he had been completely left to fend for himself after a crash landing on a deserted island. To really get into the part, Hanks had to shed 55 pounds in just 4 months. He did this by eating mainly fish and coconut milk, as well as undergoing a strict exercise plan. Eating very little carbs from fruits, he was able to maintain this health plan, with, of course, taking a huge toll on his mental health and physical state. The only thing Hanks truly refused to do is give up his morning coffee. He says, "The only thing I will not do is give up my coffee. Nope, I wasn't gonna do it." His workout consisted mainly of 2 hours of cardio 6 times a week, really stretching his energy levels through the process. Having to take a year off just to prepare for this role, he filmed parts of the film before the island scenes and then avoided cutting or shaving his hair. In the end, I think it really did make him look like he was on a stranded island for 4 years. Number 4. 50 Cent. Fans went crazy when the first photos emerged of the rapper, losing an extreme amount of weight for a role of a cancer patient. In the film, Things Fall Apart. This was made as a tribute to his friend who unfortunately passed from the disease. 50 Cent states, "When preparing for the movie, the weight started coming off, and my manager told me, 'You better get yourself to a doctor.' But I just didn't. I wanted to match the look I had in my mind. Really wanting to look the part to do his friend justice, he went to extreme lengths, running to suppress his appetite and taking notes from others who have done extreme diets in the past. He was able to lose 50 pounds, but stresses just how complicated this process had been. Dropping from 214 pounds to 160 in just 9 weeks left many fans concerned, but interested in this side of 50 Cent, and just how willing he would go to push his own health to really commit to his role. When talking to the press, he states just how much this was a passion project, and having to be in the physical state in order to truly get his message across. Number 3. A role in diet that really made fans worry was the shocking change that happened to Mila Kunis in her role in The Black Swan, revealing to fans afterwards that her method wasn't exactly healthy by only having a calorie intake of 1,200 or less. Not only was this role physically draining, but getting into the mindset of a ballerina was difficult. She had to get in the body of one as well. Losing 20 pounds was no easy task, and to this day, the star regrets how she chose to go about her diet plan. After going through 3 months of training, 7 days a week, for 5 hours a day, she says this is similar to a normal week for a ballerina. When her diet was revealed to the public, many found it terrifying. This isn't the last time Kunis decided to go through extreme changes for a role. Learning from her mistakes dieting for The Black Swan, she was able to step into her new role for 4 good days, slightly easier. Having to make another dramatic change to her appearance, she went about her diet a lot differently. Even though she says she was the same weight of 95 pounds in both films, she felt her second approach was much more healthy. But still, it wasn't easy. Saying, I was healthy in regards to the way I did it, but as far as a lifestyle choice, I was like, this is rough. But it was only for a moment. And then I felt strong, but I was thin. At number 2, Adele. After losing 100 pounds and not for a role, this was very shocking to fans. But it was seemingly done also on the down low. This worried fans, as many believed she was fasting or losing the weight in a very unhealthy way. Adele has always stood by that her weight loss transformation is all due to a mapped out, rigorous diet plan and workout, saying, I don't fast, nothing. If anything, I eat more than I used to because I work out so hard. She has even revealed that fans felt betrayed as well as worried for the star. Some fans have said she's given in to the pressure of it all. Adele has disagreed with these comments, coming back saying, it was because of my anxiety. Working out, I would just feel better. It was never about losing weight, it was always about becoming strong and giving myself as much time every day without my phone. Specifically about the end of her marriage with Simon Konecki, a British charity entrepreneur, she felt extreme anxiety, saying in an interview, I had the most terrifying anxiety attacks after I left my marriage. They left me paralyzed completely and made me confused because I wouldn't have control over my body. This is the big reason why Adele had to take control back. And if done in a healthy way, I'm sure we can all applaud that. But at the end of the day, Adele does seem happy and healthy, which is all you can really hope for. Number 1, Simon Cowell. We all know him as being the hard-to-please host on America's and Britain's Got Talent, but did the stress become too much? Fans became increasingly worried as photos emerged of Cowell showing up to support the Children's Hospital in the US. He appears to be looking drastically slim, with one fan commenting, Simon, the weight you are, the weight you've lost, you don't need to, and another writing, you are wasting away, you don't look well. He responded to worried fans and opened up that his new lifestyle changes were a result of speaking to an expert. Simon says, within 24 hours, I changed my diet and I've never looked back. You feel better, you look better. Stating that his physical changes are also a result of cutting out meat, dairy, sugar. This left some fans excited for Cowell's new lifestyle changes, and others increasingly more worried. Fans wondered if he looks too skinny, as well as some speculating possible plastic surgeries to attain this look in such a fast amount of time. While mainly only opening up about his $4,000 treatment known as the 21st Century Facelift in 2018, speculation still surfaced that maybe he's had a little bit more done. Regardless, having dropped 50 pounds in just a matter of a few months is definitely an intense change for anyone.
And at number 10, Kumail Nanjiani. Kumail set the internet ablaze after he posted a photo to Instagram of his absolutely insane physical transformation. On the Instagram post, he wrote, quote, I found out a year ago I was going to be in Marvel's Eternals and decided I wanted to transform how I looked. I would not have been able to do this if I didn't have a full year with the best trainers and nutritionists paid for by the biggest studio in the world. I'm glad I get to look like this, but I also understand why I never did before. It would have been impossible without these resources and time. He then went on to thank his trainers and nutritionists. And Kumail obviously had quite a transformation, going from a goofy comedian to a certified hunk, if I do say so myself. But I'm just really happy that he was upfront about the fact that he wouldn't be able to do that without getting fit, essentially being his full-time job at that point. Nanjiani underwent the transformation for Marvel's upcoming movie, The Eternals,
where he plays the role of Kingo. And at number 9, Naomi Grossman. Naomi Grossman has one of the most insane transformations that I've ever seen to get into character for her role as Pepper in the American Horror Story series. For the beautiful woman to turn into Pepper, she had ear extensions put in, dentures, and a fake nose. The craziest to me is that Naomi is so dedicated she even buzzed off her hair. I would literally never do that for a role. The whole transformation is so grand that she even documents it on her YouTube channel. In a video called Becoming Pepper, AHS Naomi Grossman's Big Head Shave, she shows the process of sectioning off her hair and then shaving it all off, except for a bun at the top. And the whole process is pretty emotional, as you can imagine, and she even teared up near the end of the video watching her hair get buzzed off. And I truly can't blame her, it's just incredible to see how dedicated she is for her role. And at number 8, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The Rock shocked his fans when he posted a throwback picture of himself at 7 years old, with curly hair and buck teeth, writing in the caption, quote, "Throwback to 7 years old in Hawaii, and just dripping cool with my buck teeth, aloha shirt, and what the F is going on with my afro matted down on the side. No way this stud doesn't grow up to become sexiest man alive." And that's referencing the fact that he was People's Sexiest Man Alive in 2016, and I'm sure many of his fans have given him that title for years now. I know my mom is a, huge fan of The Rock's. And of course his transformation is shocking, going from his awkward stage into the hunk we know and love him for. The post comes because production is starting on The Rock's newest venture, a show called Young Rock that follows his journey from childhood to fame. And during the development and filming for the show, The Rock is posting tons of throwbacks and showing the actors that are going to be playing him at various stages of his life. And at number 7, Lil Kim. Lil Kim is another person who seems to have gotten way too caught up with plastic surgery and other modifications. And between 2008 and 2018, the rapper turned into a whole other person. People have many speculations about what she's had done, thinking she had a nose job and something done to her eyes. But there have also been rumors that she lightened her skin, but she has vehemently denied these rumors. The rumors around it are so bad that there are even entire blogs dedicated to showing the changes in her face over the years. Lil Kim's team actually responded to the presence of these blogs, saying, quote, "We would like to inform fans, the media, and the general public that this is nothing more than the blog site doing its best to conjure up much needed publicity, and what better way to do so than to take an American music icon and create a fictitious platform in which to disrespect and humiliate," then inferring that they would be taking legal action against anyone who would be spreading lies about her. But if you look at her from back then and compare it to now, there is a shocking difference, with Charlemagne the God commenting that she, quote, "OD'd on plastic surgery," and Wendy Williams commented that over the last decade, Lil Kim has become unrecognizable from her facial modifications. And at number 6, Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron burst into the Hollywood scene with almost everyone admiring her beauty. But to prove that she was a very serious actor, she took on the role as serial killer and former prostitute Aileen Wuornos in Monster, and her portrayal was so moving that she won an Oscar for her performance. However, Charlize endured a lot of physical changes for the role, including putting on 30 pounds, shaving her eyebrows, and wearing nasty prosthetic teeth throughout the film. When discussing the changes she made for the role, she said, quote, "I think I've tried most of my career to transform myself into characters. This was just more extreme. I had about 3 months to gain weight. We never discussed it like I'm gonna put on 30 pounds because I wasn't trying to look fat. It wasn't that hard. I just didn't say no to Krispy Kreme donuts or anything that was full of cream. I also gave up exercising." She says a core part of the role was weight gain because she wanted to do everything possible to be as close to the mental state of Aileen as possible. And just looking at the difference, it's incredibly shocking. Halfway through number 5, Donatella Versace. Donatella is infamous for her looks and how much her face has changed over the years. Many cosmetologists and plastic surgeons believe her look is due to botched facial work, with them guessing that she's probably had every procedure possible done to her face. One doctor told HollywoodLife.com that she's pretty much had it all: Botox, fillers, lasers for the skin, minimal recovery time for those, and though there can be some redness of the skin for a few weeks with laser therapy, he added she may have also had a facelift of the eyes and brow lift. Another doctor also commented that she probably has some bad Botox done because her forehead and eyes are slightly droopy, which could be due to too much Botox. Another doctor added that he saw a facelift scar around her temple, so it's clear she had a facelift done to pull the sagging skin. And because of all the treatments, fillers, and Botox Donatella has most likely had done, she looks practically unrecognizable compared to how she used to look. And at number 4, Kylie Jenner. Probably one of the first transformations that comes to mind when people think this topic is that of Kylie Jenner. And even though we've seen her grow up throughout her whole life, there was a huge change in her look from about 2016 to 2020. And I'm not sure how she didn't think people would notice, but she looks incredibly different now, with not only her face change but also her body too. After she had the major changes, people started wondering what she had done, and it was especially obvious that she'd something done to her lips. She eventually confessed to having lip filler done, but she's never admitted to anything else. When plastic surgeons speculate what she's had done, they mention lip filler, cheek filler, eyebrow lift, as well as a possible jaw filler or surgery. And for her body, doctors are convinced she's had a fat transfer done to take fat out of her waist and put it into her butt, as well as getting a breast augmentation. Although she's denied getting any more work done than lip fillers and says that her larger breasts are due to the Victoria's Secret bombshell bra. All you guys decide for yourselves. And at number 3, Christian Bale. Christian Bale not only went through one insane transformation, but he went through 2, all within a year or so. It started when Bale got cast in The Machinist, which was a psychological thriller about a person descending into the worst depths of paranoia and delusion, which led him to losing 62 pounds. And if you look at the stills from the movie, he is disturbingly thin, saying that when he was that way, it completely changed his mental function. But after he was shockingly thin, he had about 6 months to get into character to film Batman Begins and become incredibly bulky and muscular. To get this done fast, Bale took on a high-protein diet and regimen involving heavy core and resistance training. He ended up gaining 100 pounds in that time, but director Christopher Nolan actually told him he gained too much weight for the movie, and he was asked to lose 20 pounds while filming. And if I was asked to lose even more weight after I went through all that, I'd probably punch a wall, honestly. And at number 2, Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart became known to the world when the Twilight franchise exploded and became the hottest teen series of that time. We knew her as a natural beauty with her long brown hair and minimal makeup. And she was also known for being somewhat uncomfortable with the spotlight and shy most of the time. But then a lot changed in 2012 when she was caught cheating on Robert Pattinson with director Rupert Sanders. Donald Trump even tweeted at that time condemning Stewart and telling Pattinson he should not take her back. But around this time is when she started to become more like her true self, and she changed a lot. She cut off her brown hair and bleached it all. She also came out as bisexual, wearing tons of heavy eye makeup, and started starring in low-budget indie films that would really test her acting chops. Her latest return to the screen in Charlie's Angels is a far cry from what she looked like as Bella Swan, and her everyday style is way more edgy than anyone could have ever expected. And at number 1, Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt burst onto the Hollywood scene as his goofy and lovable character in Parks and Rec. Pratt's weight fluctuated a lot during his years as an actor, with him bulking up for his role as a Navy SEAL in Zero Dark 30, though he gained the weight back after for Parks and Rec. But his most notable transformation was after he was cast as Peter Star-Lord Quill in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, then in Drastic World. And for both of these roles, he underwent a transformation to become the muscular hunk that we know him for today. And he lost 60 pounds in only 6 months for his Guardians of the Galaxy role. And through the years, he not only became a certified hunk, but a true A-list actor.
So kicking things off at 10, The Weeknd. Big shocker here, folks. Prior to headlining the Super Bowl, The Weeknd was making headlines with people questioning what was going on with his appearance. It seems this character, who The Weeknd embodied leading up to the Super Bowl, was first introduced in the Heartless music video back in December of 2019. Throughout all of 2020, The Weeknd would continue to release music videos and make appearances on numerous talk shows, not really speaking much on the character. Then in November at the American Music Awards, he'd shocked the world when he showed up, face completely wrapped in bandages. This was just a preview of what's to come, as The Weeknd would reveal his completely new face in the Save Your Tears video, shocking everyone once again. Speaking with Variety magazine prior to the Super Bowl appearance, The Weeknd explained, I quote, "The significance of the entire head bandages is reflecting on the absurd culture of Hollywood celebrity and people manipulating themselves for superficial reasons to please and be validated. It's all a progression, and we watch the character's storyline hit heightened levels of danger and absurdity as his tale goes on. Although some thought he actually got the surgery done, while others were unsure, it turns out everything was prosthetic, and The Weeknd was looking back to his regular self for his Super Bowl performance." But I agree with everything he said. Spot on. On to number 9, Kylie Jenner. Now I will say this list could easily include the Kardashians and Jenners, as we know they don't mind going under the knife. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but as I'm sure you guys have seen some of the side-by-side comparisons, when they don't even look the same anymore, like the same person, what's the point? I mean, I guess that is the point. Regardless, you can put both families on this number, as I'd say 90% of those in the family have gotten some sort of plastic surgery done. Kylie specifically appears to have had the most work done, at least based on some of her older photos. Now I will say some have made the argument that the photos comparing the two show a much younger Kylie without makeup next to a fully done up version of older Kylie, so of course she'll look different. Lighting and camera angles also make a big difference, and Kylie herself has actually said she's only had lip fillers. That being said, a lot of people believe she's had more work done and just won't admit it. At first she even denied having her lips done and then finally admitted to it. And it seems celebrity dermatologist Dr. Tabitha Mir thinks Kylie, I quote, has had her hips and butt done for sure. On to number 8, Simon Cowell. This was a major yikes. And honestly guys, I'm really not trying to be an a-hole here, I'm just being honest. Be a little bit of an asshole. In my eyes, beauty is only skin deep. You can get all the surgery you want, but if you're a shitty person, then you'll always be ugly. Going back to Simon here, he was known for being the mean judge of American Idol, so you guys remember what I just said about beauty being only skin deep? Now, I actually like Simon, and I think he played up that character, and I'm not really trying to bash him, but I will say when he revealed his new look, people were absolutely shocked. Back in August of 2019, Cowell stepped out into the spotlight, down 20 pounds thanks to his new vegan diet, with some bright new veneers and a facelift. It was quite a different look and made headline news, as Cowell looked almost unrecognizable, and not in a good way. Well, speaking on his new look, Dr. Nyla Raja, a leading cosmetic doctor, explained, I quote, "I suspect Simon's fallen complexion is a combination of weight loss and also too much Botox. Injectables don't need to be overdone, and they really don't need to change your appearance." Guess Simon's surgeon didn't get that memo. At 7, Donatella Versace. You guys likely know the brand Versace, which was started by Donatella's brother, Gianni Versace, who was murdered in 1997. The Versace brand has gone on to not only become one of the biggest and most luxurious brands out there, but has been worn by nearly any and every celebrity. Donatella would take over a portion of the company before selling it in 2018, but still remains in a high position. And it seems over the years, she's tried to maintain her image with that of Versace, looking classy, nice, and wealthy. Unfortunately, Donatella's years of Botox surgery haven't done her much justice, as she even admitted she doesn't look very natural. With her puffy eyes, lips, and cheeks, it really is a shame that this is what the surgery has led to, but hopefully she'll opt for a more natural look moving forward. At number 6, Ariana Grande. Much like the others on our list, Grande has denied having any work done, but over the years, there has been plenty of speculation. One thing is for sure, plastic surgery or not, her face definitely did change a lot over the years. That being said, she did first come into the spotlight in her early teens, and now at 27, to no surprise, she looks different. One page on Instagram has a side-by-side comparison, claiming she's likely had her eyebrows, lips, cheeks, nose, and plenty of other surgeries done, including Botox. Again, Grande has denied it, but when you look at some photos side by side, I mean, it's hard to deny there's significant changes. That being said, as I said before, guys, makeup, lighting, camera angles, and of course, maturity will do that to you. Let me know down below if you guys think Ariana is all natural or not. Halfway at 5, we got Mickey Rourke. The man was once an up-and-coming star who people compared to Marlon Brando and James Dean. Having that soft, friendly look with a bit of a rugged rough around the edges to him, it seemed Rourke was set for stardom. Then in the 90s, his appearance drastically changed, and for good reason. Originally a boxer before hitting the big screen, in the 90s, Rourke decided to go back to his first love, and unfortunately it led to some permanent changes. Although he would go undefeated with a total of 8 fights, with 6 wins and 2 draws, the damage he took would last forever. This led to him getting reconstructive surgery, as reports claim Rourke ended up with a handful of injuries thanks to boxing. A broken nose, toe, and rib, split tongue, compressed cheekbone. It wasn't a good look, especially for an actor. So naturally, he went under the knife, and as he put it, I quote, "Most of it was to mend the mess of my face after the boxing. I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together." Some think it was a facelift gone wrong, as well as bad hair transplants and an upper eyelid lift. Regardless, Rourke's career hasn't been the same since, although at one point, he did get an Oscar nod for his role in The Wrestler and co-starred in Iron Man 2. On to number 4, Pamela Anderson. Legitimately one of my first crushes when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old. Pam Ann will always be beautiful in my eyes. Now, it's no secret that Anderson got a boob job, which of course was a part of her blonde bombshell aesthetic from her Baywatch days. And she never denied getting work done, but more so didn't reveal what, explaining, I quote, "I'm not against plastic surgery. What I've had done will stay with me, and that's fine, but I don't want anything else. I'll do facials, but I don't want to go down the scary route and have knives plunged into me." However, over the years, it certainly seems like she has had her fair share of work done. In 2017, it seems Anderson decided to start wearing less makeup and extensions, revealing a more natural-ish look. A top Beverly Hills surgeon believes she had a fat transfer done to bring volume to her face, as they put it. Dr. Moretz explained to Hollywood Life, I quote, "Fat is taken from areas of the body that have excess fat, like the inner thighs or from in the bra line area. The fat is then transferred via injection to various areas of the face. In Pamela's case, it looks as though she may have had fat transfers to her forehead, her upper eyebrow ridge, and to her upper eyelids." On to number 3, Carrot Top. If you've seen the comedian's transformation over the years, then you definitely know he's had something done. Real name Scott Thompson. Over the years, Carrot Top's comedy is what made headlines. And then he revealed a new look, which got a lot of people talking, and for all the wrong reasons. Aside from his drastic change in facial appearance, Carrot Top also put on a significant amount of muscle. We're talking the guy went from, being pretty scrawny to looking like an NFL linebacker. To no surprise, there were talks of him using steroids, which wasn't confirmed. I mean, he denied it, but look at him. Aside from that, it also seems he's had work done on his face. As MD Anthony Yuan explained, I quote, "It appears as though Thompson has undergone an eyebrow lift along with Botox injections, lip plumping, and laser peels, which is evident due to his sudden lack of freckles." Thompson has denied having any work done, including using steroids, but on to number 8, Jocelyn Whittlestein. When some people refer to you as Catwoman, it's unfortunately not going to be a good look. Jocelyn here is a New York socialite who started her obsession with plastic surgery back in 1997 and apparently hasn't looked back since. Sources claim she spent up to $4 million on surgeries, which include cheek plants, facelifts, lip fillers, who knows what else. I mean, with all due respect, one look at a photo from her from the 90s compared to today and you can see a very significant difference in her appearance. You'll likely also understand why they call her Catwoman. At 1, Michael Jackson. I mean, I don't think I need to go into all that much detail here, guys. The King of Pop was infamously known for what people said was changing the color of his skin or bleaching, when in reality he actually suffered from a condition in which people lose pigmentation in certain areas of their skin. It leads to blotchy spots of your skin being discolored, so this led to him taking medication and creams to even out the coloring, as well as makeup. He always denied bleaching his skin, as people claimed he did, and even went as far as telling Oprah Winfrey he doesn't even know if that's a thing. In regards to surgery, sources claimed by 1990 he had undergone around 10 cosmetic procedures. Over the years, he spoke about getting his nose done, citing the first time he broke it at a rehearsal, leading to him having trouble breathing. When all was said and done, Jackson would have about 4 nose jobs, and although he claimed to not have gotten much else work done, sources also claimed that his autopsy report included a scar behind each of his nostrils and ears, as well as 2 scars on his neck, which people believed was from plastic surgery. He also had cosmetic tattoos on his eyebrows, near his eyes, lips, and scalp, where his hairline was receding.